Hey guys, so in my office and I wanted to record a quick video. So yesterday I'm finishing up my courses. The semester will be ending soon. It actually ends on the 11th, but I've been trying to, to be early. Is to be on time is my motto. And as I was like reviewing my grades for one course, I realized that I got a 70 on an assignment and I was like, what? Like I did that assignment, I turned it in early and I read the feedback and it said that I had forgot to reply to two people on the discussion post. So I was like, oh my gosh, like that's a big hit. Like that's a C. I'm like, I don't want to see, especially when there's only, like a few assignments. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask, can I possibly, do this? Can I reply to two people? The discussion post was still open. So that kind of got me to thinking about asking your professor for what you want and how you should do that. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. But before I get started, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So I sent the email and I got in this morning and saw that she had responded, and she said, yeah, that I could go in and, respond to those two people and to send her an email like once I finished. So I did it first thing this morning. But, the first step in asking your professor or your instructor for what you want is to be polite. So I already knew that that was my fault for missing it. I wasn't sure like how I missed it because I had it checked off on my syllabus. But I guess I forgot to go back in and do that part. That probably was a really just busy week for me. And, things happen, but you want to, start with being polite. So good afternoon, professor. How are you doing? I realized that I missed 1, 2, 3. You want to take ownership as well. And then you just want to get into your acts. But the first step is to be polite. All right, second thing is to be clear. So, don't go into this all, roundabout story about, the dog when it's a cardiac arrest and all this other stuff. Be clear. What is it that you're asking for? Get to the point. Tip 3 is to be quick. So, nobody needs to hear several paragraphs. Nobody wants to read that much, especially in an email. There are some things that are longer that needs to be said in a face-to-face conversation, but when you're emailing, you need to be quick. So that goes back to being clear. So if you're being clear, you're getting right to the point. You're being specific. You're asking, hey, professor, I forgot, to respond to those two discussion posts. Can I go in and do that? Get right to it. It doesn't need to be a whole 4-page letter. Keep it succinct. I'm talking like 4 sentences, 6 sentences or less. Be prepared to hear no. So I was kind of expecting for her to be like no, especially because the assignment, I think it was like July 10th that the discussion replies were due. So that was a few weeks ago. So I really was expecting to hear no. And you should be prepared to hear that. People can say no, you can say no, it's okay, especially when you know that it was kind of like your fault for missing it. Like, I missed that had nothing to do with her. But be prepared to hear the word no, it's okay. And lastly, if you hear the words no, or even if you don't hear the words no, create a plan going forward that's going to prevent, what happened before. So I know, like, I had another discussion post this morning and I was like double checking. I'm like, did I make sure that I responded? So maybe you need to just kind of add in that second step measure. Maybe you need to write it down somewhere again before that assignment is actually due, so you can go and make sure that everything is turned in. But you want to create a plan that to prevent, what happened before from happening in the future. If you do hear the word no and you feel like you need to take some extra steps, who are you going to contact? Is it going to be your academic advisor? Is it going to be the Student Disability Resource Office? Who's going to be that person that you're going to go to who can give you sound advice on your next steps? All right, so I hope that video was helpful for you. I know it helped me out with turning in this assignment that was a few weeks late, so I hope it can help for you too. If there's any tips that I missed or anything that you do, drop down in the comments and let me know. Be sure to check me out over at my social media. My social media has really been growing. You can find me at miss.dugan on all of the different sites. I'm not on Twitter, so that's like the only one. But I am on the other site, so check me out over there. I'd love to connect with you there. And I'll see you next time. Bye.